Hello and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kieran and today's session is the big UC update for AudioCodes. I am delighted to be joined by Josh Chronister, Product Marketing Manager at AudioCodes. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Before we explore what exactly AudioCodes have in store for 2024, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh, and the work you do with the business?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in charge of the global marketing for Voca Conversational Interaction Center. This is our Microsoft Teams certified contact center.
Great. And I hear this was quite an exciting year for Voca CIC. What have you guys achieved in 2023?
Yeah, a couple things, but first, one thing I wanted to cover is, we've been hearing a lot of talk around, the contact center and UC consolidation. This is something that we saw kind of as a theory prior to 2023, but, all throughout this year, we've seen this become more of a reality. I think that's also evident in what we've seen Gartner released in their recent report talking about their UCaaS Magic Quadrant. And a big emphasis they talked about was CCaaS and UCaaS consolidation, and the importance of buying both of those together. So, I think it's become a reality for our customers as well as a reality in what we're seeing from the market from research. But aside from that, I think from product wise, for Voca, a big thing is we added the supervisor experience into Voca, a specific experience for supervisors when they're using the product, as well as a CRM integration or the ability to have a database integrated so that agents have all the data that they need when they're having a conversation with a customer. We also deployed the Power Model into Teams for customers that are in production with Voca currently. So what that means is an Azure native product, making it more stable, more accurate in its routing decisions, and giving you, the peace of mind that comes when, you have the reliability that is already built into Microsoft Teams, giving you as a customer a really healthy uptime. I think the biggest thing is, Voca became a Microsoft Teams certified contact center. So that was really exciting. A big goal for us this year. Allows us to kind of put our name in the hat for larger RFPs and build more confidence with buyers when they're looking for a solution like ours. And then also, there's a couple instances we found ourselves displacing some large contact center vendors, either because, their current service was a little more unstable than they would like to see, or they found that our pricing model was just a little bit more attractive.
Perfect. And one thing you guys talk about at AudioCodes is this really interesting phrase, employees beyond the contact center. What do you guys mean by that phrase?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's twofold. The first thing is, and top line is kind of, we're talking about internal agents or internal desks, those being things like the IT help desk, receiving a lot of calls around like, I need to update my password or things of that nature, or the sales team who has a lot of conversations with customers and prospects, all the calls that they have every single day on Microsoft Teams, or the HR desk who is fielding questions around their, the employee's 401k or their current benefits package, or the security team, receiving calls of like, hey, I got this fishy email. I didn't want to respond to it. Did anyone else receive it, or is it just me? Or things like the travel desk when an employee is traveling and they might have some issue with their reservation or their flight was canceled. All of these departments receive a lot of calls throughout the day. And they can all benefit from having contact center capabilities more so than what's just built into Microsoft Teams. So when you have that consolidation of Teams and a contact center like Voca, it allows those departments to field all those calls and use contact center capabilities like intelligent routing, conversational AI, skill-based routing, call queues, and things of that nature, to be able to do their jobs even better and have the tools that they need to work more efficiently. Now, the second piece of that is talking about bringing in back office experts into the call. So what we mean is, say a customer has a very technical issue that's going on. They call into the contact center, and maybe that contact center agent hasn't been completely trained up on how to answer that question or solve that problem. When you have a contact center that's built in Microsoft Teams and Teams is used throughout the organization, that agent can look up the presence of someone who, say, is in the product team and bring that individual into the call to be able to provide a very robust and specific answer to the problem that the customer has, allowing for the customer's issue to be solved correctly and quickly the first time.
Great. And I think that's really helpful for outlining the specifics on the capabilities and the feature set that are integral to Voca. I'm really interested to hear about some of the emerging use cases you see your customers doing with Voca.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the big things is upgrading from the DTMF menu to a conversational IVR. The big thing is there, it gives you more than just 9 options on the menu to be able to route people or callers to the right department. So instead of going the whole way through the DTMF, getting to 9 as a caller, and then you don't remember what number 1 is, instead of doing that, a caller can just voice what their need is. The IVR will pick that up, and then it'll determine the right place to route the person, the caller, so that they can have their problem solved quickly and the first time. That's the first thing. The second is, I think that really came on from the emergence of ChatGPT. ChatGPT allowed the whole world to be able to see how AI is used, how capable it is from a large perspective. And then the next thing I kind of wanted to hit on was one of our customers who have implemented an IVA into their calling and customer experience. And that's with a large roadside assistance customer here in the US. It's 3 letters, starts with an A, so I think you can get an idea of who it is. But what they wanted to do was provide a more modern service for their callers. So this is for the 1-800 hotline. So when someone is broken down on the side of the road, they have an issue with their car, they call this hotline. It connects to the IVA. It has conversational AI. So the caller does not need to wait in a queue, during a frustrating situation when they need help quickly. And what Voca does is it does voice recognition, is able to tie in who the caller is based off their phone number as well, do a database dip to get customer information, and then the customer can voice their location, and then the Voca IVA will then take their location and route them directly to a service provider, a mechanic shop, or a towing company that will come directly to them to help them with their car. This is all happening without having to wait in a queue or having to speak to an agent as well. We found that to be really successful in that use case.
Perfect. Well, I think that's all we've got time for today, but I've really enjoyed this session. So thank you, Josh, for being here.
Yeah, Kieran, thanks, man. Thank you for having me.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin of UC Today. Thanks for watching.